there, friends and sane persons, and welcome back to another episode of Wednesday Whimsy. My name is Kyle, and Wednesday Whimsy is a short show that I do every Wednesday evening where I talk about a board game, a top 10 list, or some other board game related topic, whatever happens to be on my mind at that time. Now, it feels like I've been away from Wednesday Whimsy forever. I recorded a few in advance just to, hold us over while I was away, but I was away at Eurovision. And whenever I go away, I often bring a game with me. And one of the games I brought this time is the one I'm talking about today, and that game is Toy Battle. Toy Battle has a terrible tagline, "The battle has begun, your troops need you." But other than that, the game is well, it's better than its tagline. I guess I would say it like that. Oh, this light for some reason seems not to be on. Let's see if I can add a little bit of light to what we've got here. There we go. Now you can see me a little better. Anyway, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Toy Battle because I played a whole lot of it while I was away, and I'll give you my thoughts, and then we'll come back and I'll give you my final rating. So, what is Toy Battle about? Well, okay. If you read the description, on land and on sea and even in space, battles are breaking out between toys. It's kind of dumb. The theme is there are toys and they are fighting and trying to take over each other's fort. It makes as much sense as as many themes do, I guess. But ultimately, you are the general of an army of toys, and you are trying to gain points or capture your opponent's headquarters. That's it. Seems like an interesting theme. You'll see kind of here. We've got, these cute little toys. In fact, your army consists of 8 separate toys. Let's talk about how the game works, because I think that's going to help talk about more what it does as well. So in the game, you're going to be one of 2 symmetrical toy armies. And you have, I believe it's 3 of each of the numbers of 1 to 7, and then you've got a duck, which is a wild number. And you've got 3 of those as well. And your goal is you're going to be placing toys every turn in a chain that's eventually going to go to your opponent's headquarters. You can always put anything on an empty space as long as it's connected to your headquarters by an unbroken chain. So in the board I have here, on my turn, I could put something in this space or this space because it's connected. I could go whoop, 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 and down there. However, I'm not able to reach this space over here by an unconnected chain. You can also put something on top of an opponent's piece as long as the number of your piece is higher than the value of the top piece on that stack. The duck, of course, is a wild, and it's wild both ways, so you can put it on top of anything, and you can put anything on top of it. You can also put anything on top of one of your own pieces. It's rare that you'll want to, but there are some occasions when you might. Ultimately, on your turn, you're going to either place one piece, or you're going to draw 2 pieces, and you can have up to 8 in this little rack. And that's kind of it. Each of the pieces has its own special ability. The 1s let you draw more. The 6s also let you draw more. The 5s let you discard an opponent's piece at random from their rack. The 3 lets you discard a piece on the board that's adjacent to it. There's the soldier that lets you take an extra action. There's a lot of different ones. I guess there's 8 different ones. Ultimately, there are 2 ways to win this game. You can do as I mentioned and sort of make an unbroken chain that goes all the way to your opponent's headquarters. That's one way to win. And the other one, you see these points here in the middle, these stars. If ever you completely surround a territory, so for example, if I were red and I got a piece here and a piece here, I'll immediately take any of the points that it gives me. Now, if I later lose control, I don't have to put them back. And each of these boards is going to have its own point threshold. Like this one, you have to play until 7 points. And so if you get 7 points before the other player, you'll win regardless of whether you've taken over the person's headquarters. The game comes with, I believe, 8 different maps, and they all have sort of small special abilities. They're fairly subtle. They're going to have different rules for placement or different special abilities of spaces that you go to, and they have different point thresholds too. There's also one with no special rules, this one in the middle of this this island board, but it's asymmetrical, so the sort of order, the 2 sides have kind of different layouts, so that's kind of fun too. Anyway, you're going to play until somebody wins, and then you're probably going to set it right up and play again, because this game probably takes all of 10 minutes, and that's with somebody learning. This is a very fast game, so it's one that you can easily play. In fact, I've pretty much always just played through all 8 boards in a play setting because it's just such a short game. So, but that's kind of how it works. So let's talk about what makes this game special. Well, I've already talked about one thing, and that is how utterly fast this game is. It will play. I mean, you can. I've already explained pretty much all of the rules, and you can get this thing set up and taught and played in 15 minutes easily. 10 minutes, as long as once you know the rules, it might even be less. I think I've played this in, I mean, it's 5 minutes. It's very easy. Turns are lightning fast, and the rules are so simple. And that is just, it allows anybody to come in. Anybody can pick up this game and play it. There's really no barrier to entry. Okay, it's a little abstract, and it is in your face, so that might not be everyone's cup of tea, but it is such a fast and light game that really it is there for, oops, I'm supposed to be saying what makes this special. It really is there for just about anyone who wants to. The special abilities, it's enough variety to make the game fun, but really they're very easily memorized. There's only one player aid, but honestly, there's a very small symbol, but once it's been explained to you, you really just remember it. It's so easily memorized. Also, the special abilities of the different territories. There's one per territory per map. Super easy. It's the kind of game that is made to be playable, and that's really a very special thing. So I mentioned the fast playtime, which is also pretty fantastic. The light rules. It's a cute theme, right? I mean, it's not a violent fight. It's just toys kind of duking it out. This is from the same designer who made a game called Blitzkrieg, which is excellent, but is about World War II. This one, no one has to be the Nazis, which is always good. So light rules. It's a cute theme. It's great production quality. I mean, this box is really lovingly designed. You'll see it kind of looks like a toy box with a little latch depicted here. Inside, it's nice wooden racks. The boards are thick cardboard, of course, like you'd normally see, but they're not. I think they're printed on the cardboard rather than mounted. And the tiles themselves of the different pieces, the different toys, are nice, thick cardboard, very nice to handle, very easy to see, cleanly designed. This game just really is a good quality production. Also, a real small box. I mean, you get a lot of game in this very small box. 8 maps, just a lot of play. And I'll tell you, this is a game that just works with so many people. It's the kind of game that everyone's going to like. And I played it with lots of people while I was over in Europe. Everyone picked it up real quick. Everybody really enjoyed it. It's just such a fun and engaging game. So where's the but? Well, I mean, this is the kind of game I think that some people could get really good at, and it could be a little bit unbalanced. And there's a little bit of luck in what you're going to draw, but honestly, I'm really just trying to nitpick here. There's almost nothing wrong with this game. This is a game that I've been waiting for a long time. It is a great follow-up to some of the designer's other games. Also, I hate the tagline. I guess that's the but really, I guess there's a couple of timing issues. Sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to figure out when a special ability works, whether that happens for the piece special ability or the board special ability. It's in the rules. It's not that hard, but it could be a question that could come up while you're playing. But honestly, there's really very little wrong with this game. So where do I come out on it? Well, first of all, my final rating, I give this a 9 out of 10. I'm not going to give it a 10, and that's just because I wish there were just a little bit more. I mean, maybe a couple more pieces to put in there, or alternate versions, or a couple of just small, tiny expansions. Maybe 5 more maps, or I guess 6, so that they'd be double-sided. Just some tiny little bit, a little bit more asymmetry, maybe. I think that would make it just perfect. And that's really all that's missing here. For me, it is an easy 9 out of 10. It is not only just a recommend, it is a must play for lots of people. I just think lots of people are going to love it. I mentioned it travels really well. It's super simple to learn. It's a small box. It's engaging and fun, and it's one of those. Okay, just one more. Okay, we got 10 minutes. We can get one more in, and I just find that it's that kind of game. Also, if you're interested in it, it is available on Board Game Arena. The full game, all 8 maps, very easy to play and learn. And also, that's nice because if you forget what something does, you can like hover over it and it'll tell you. So that's a great way to play it too. Um, if I'm traveling with a game, I probably want to play the game rather than Board Game Arena. But it's going to be a travel game that I take with me a lot, especially if I know I'm going to be one-on-one with people. If people hear you play games, this is one to pull out. Honestly, if I were to compare it, so the designer has a couple other great games. There's lots of great games, actually. Paulo Mori is a great designer. But the two that really come to mind are Blitzkrieg and Caesar. And I think I place this, I think Caesar is the lowest of the three. I think Toy Battle's in the middle, and Blitzkrieg I like just so much more, just a tiny bit more. However, Blitzkrieg is really ugly and has poor color choices and has sort of some, historical, it's World War II, right? Which it isn't the most interesting theme. It's very overdone. And, does somebody really want to be the Nazis? I mean, maybe somebody does, but that's not usually the side people want to cheer for. There's also a few more special abilities and it's a little bit bitier, I think. Whereas none of that weight is here in Toy Battle. Toy Battle is just so light and engaging and fun, and it's more welcoming. So I think I would probably put Blitzkrieg and Toy Battle. I put Blitzkrieg just a tiny bit above Toy Battle, and then down a little bit, but still very good is Caesar. And then Dogfight isn't worth your time. That's a piece of trash. but but I don't think that was a Paulo Mori design. Actually, let's just check. I should know this. Dogfight, Rule the Skies in 20 Minutes from 2023. That is no, that's Carlo Rossi. So, all right, I'm okay with it. But this is, so again, a much better production than any of those games is Toy Battle, so that's a good thing too. It's also pretty cheap. I think it was like $25 for the game, and you're getting a lot in here. So this is one really, I don't often say this, but this is one you should check out. Obviously, if you always play with more than 2 players, this isn't going to work. It's just a 2-player game. But otherwise, I think it's probably worth checking out. At least, if you know someone who has a Board Game Arena account, go on there and try it because there's no risk to that. But it's a lot of fun. I think you'll really get a kick out of it. And it's a 9 out of 10 for me. So there we have Toy Battle, my travel game of choice this last trip to Eurovision. Hey, that was another episode of Wednesday Whimsy. I'm going to be back. I'm around more often now for the rest of the summer. That's going to be great. So we're going to talk about some great games. I'm still digging myself out of a mound of Kickstarter games, but I have some other interesting topics that we can talk about too. I guess I'm going to end it here. It's a short game. I've already talked about the game for longer than it takes to play it. So go out and give it a try. And I'm going to wish you safe travels, courage when you need it, and I'll hope to see you again next time on another episode of Wednesday Whimsy. All right. Bye-bye.